This learning is Le'ili Nishmas Bruria Bas Chananya, Maseches Sheviis, Perek Zayin, Mishna Zayin. Vered Chodosh, Shekvoshe B'Shem and Yashan. If a rose of Sheviis was soaked in oil of the 6th year in order to give a taste, so if it's before the time of beer, Yelaki Tesavered, a person should pick out the rose, and then they can use the oil even after the time of beer, because the rose itself was no longer there. The Mishnah continues, V'yashan b'chodosh, if it's a rose of Sheviis past the time of beer, that was put into oil of the 8th year, so since it's past the time of beer, so chayev b'beer, a person has to do beer of the whole mixture. The Mishnah continues, Charuvin chadoshim shekvoshin b'yayin yashan, carobs of Sheviis that were soaked in wine of the 6th year in order to give it taste, and then they remained in the wine even after the time of beer of the charuvim. And so too, v'yishanim b'chodosh, carobs of Sheviis after the time of beer that were soaked in wine of the 8th year. So in both of these cases, since it's past the time of beer and they were soaked in wine, so the halacha is chayavin b'beer, they're chayav in beer. And the Mishnah presents the general rule. Zeha klal, this is the rule. Kolshu b'noisen tam, whenever something of Sheviis that's past the time of beer gives taste to something else, so chayev levar, a person has to do beer on the whole thing. That's if it's min b'she'inei minei, two different types, so one gives taste to the other. And if it's min b'minei, the two things are of the same taste, so then kolshu, even the smallest amount, makes it chayev in beer. And the Mishnah now continues and seems to repeat itself. Sheviis Oiseris kol shehu b'mino, something of Sheviis that's past the time of beer, that's put into something of the same flavor, so even the smallest amount will make it aser. V'shalei b'mino, and if it's a different flavor, then it's b'neis and tam, when it gives a taste, then it'll make it aser.